This is Advanced Diploma in Business Management, Unit number 4, Management Organizational Activities. So today we are going to cover Learning Outcome 1. Learning Outcome 1. Understand how organizational context affects business activities. So there are a number of business activities. As you know, it could be marketing, HR, or production. Let me write down production. So we will be looking at how these activities are being affected by organizational context. In order to address this learning outcome, there are 3 assessment criteria that we will be addressing on, or you should be able to address after completion of this session. 1.1 is you should be able to explain the mission. So you should know what is mission is about. You should know what is culture. Very familiar, but let's try to define and let's try to see what is organizational cultures are. Then we will be looking at organizational context, and we are going to evaluate. Okay, so these are the 3 assessment criteria that we will be aiming to address through this unit. Well, let's start with the mission statement. Mission is one of a key phenomenon in an organization. Based on the mission, you decide your direction. So in order to design a mission statement, there are a number of factors are important. So there are factors such as customers. You need to look at who are my customers. Based on the customer group, your mission statement should vary. What are the products and services am I marketing? What is my philosophy? So these factors have to be looked at when you design your mission statement. Example, a mission statement could be drive excellence. I would like you to look at a mission statement of Toyota, Apple, and Dyson. I'm not going to discuss this mission statement, but it's your responsibility to log into the company website and check the mission statement of Toyota, Apple, Dyson, and also McDonald's. Okay. You have to tell us what are the differences of each mission statements are. Then the other important factor is organizational structure. Structure is how the organization is being built up, like the way your body is being built up. You have your hands, you have your head, you have your legs, and so how it's been built up. The relationship of positions within an organization. So structure is important to create a relationship within an organization. That means, let's assume there's a division called marketing, there's a division called HR. How these 2 organizations are having a relationship or connected. So this particular connection is been achieved through organizational structure. Another definitions of organizational structure. So there are a number of benefits of organizational chart or structure. It gives a chain of command. Yes, if this is CEO, if this is a junior executive, as you can see, the command goes from here to there. So there's a clear command process. There's a clear communication as well. Next important one is culture, or let me see, organizational culture. Every person has a culture. Number of factors are affecting on culture. Shared values. Look at yourself. Which culture do you belong to? That is based on your value system. That is based on your parents' background, belief. Based on your religion, culture is being affected. So let's try to bring all those factors towards an organization. Let's consider an organization as a human. So that culture is being built up based on shared values, beliefs, rules, and role models. So again, I would be expecting you to look at, I would want you to compare Toyota culture versus Ford culture. You have to tell us how those two cultures are different. You know, Toyota is from Japan, this is USA. So you need to see quite a lot of differences in culture. So this is the definitions of culture as we discussed. Dimensions of organizational culture, which you can go through in detail. Again, organizational culture, some examples from Sony corporations, Southwest Airline, okay. Examples have been elaborated over here. Contrasting organizational cultures, I have taken organization A and organization B, how those are different, okay. Next important factor is scanning the environment, looking at the environment you're working on. If this is your organization, let's say McDonald's, you need to look at your immediate environment, the environment you're working on. The final point is 1.3, evaluate the suitability of an organizational context to current requirement for a selected work group. Now, this is a very tricky question. I would be expecting you to look at an organizational context to a current requirement for a selected work group. Let's look at an organizational context. Let's look at marketing. Okay. Current requirement for selected work group. Consider an organization of your choice. What are the context of the organization? Think what are the context? What exactly the context? Context are mission is one context. Culture is one context. Structure is one context. How these are affecting towards work group, people, employee. Explain that one. So this is all about evaluation, how mission, how culture, how structure affects on work group. So this is the last slide. Let's try to look at the review. There are 3 questions I would be expecting you to answer, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. Consider an organization of your choice and answer these 3 questions. So with that, I will be stopping for today.